Hey, how's it going? DeAndre Jones here again. I am really excited about this video. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do running precisions. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to do basically the basic technique of doing running precisions, how to start it at home so you can start with the basics and work your way out. Also, the difference between doing running precisions when you're jumping down to something, running precisions when you're jumping to something that's even, and running precisions when you're jumping up to something, because there is a difference in technique. And precisions are very, very fun and very, very precise. There's a very large margin of error and a very small margin of perfection. So I'm going to try to break down those techniques so you can get it, take it outside, and get to work on drilling those. And also, lastly, I'm going to give you a video breakdown of what not to do when you're doing a running precision. Basically, here, this is what you don't do. Okay, so as you see, that hurt quite a bit. I'm going to give you a video breakdown of what I did wrong in that clip, and I'm going to show you how you can get that video. So, sit tight, get your pen and paper ready, whatever you need to get ready, and let's do this. Okay, again, so for the running precision, it's very important that you start small. Don't go out and look for the biggest running precision you can do after seeing this video and go for it, because chances are you're going to hurt yourself, and we don't want that. You want to be able to do it successfully, safely, but make it look easy. So start very, very small. I start with things that I could probably do standing, and I try to do it running. And I practice landing on top of it, hitting it over and over again. Repetition is key for learning precision, because like I said, there's a very large margin of error and a very small margin of perfection. And what we're basically trying to do is repeat the perfected version of the running free until we get it more often than not, okay? And that's what creates confidence, and that's what creates the ability to see bigger precisions and say, hey, I know I can do that because I've drilled it a million times on ground, so why can't I do it here? Okay, so the usefulness of a running precision. I don't know if I have to talk about this, but there's some jumps that you can't make standing. You have to do it running. In an emergency situation, that might be the best way to separate yourself from someone else. Also, it shows great technique to be able to run as fast as you can, jump to something really far, and land and stop on a dime and stick it perfectly. That shows a lot of technique, and a lot of other tracers and free runners, we look at that stuff, and that's what we applaud. We love to see stuff like that. So there are a lot of benefits of learning a running precision. Okay, so the first running precision I would start off with are downward running prees. Now, they're very different than even running prees and upward running prees, which those two are very similar. With downward running prees, it's very important that you land on top of the obstacle. Now, when I say on top of the obstacle, most people don't know what I'm talking about. I mean with your weight landing on top of what you're jumping to. If your weight is behind, if you jump, you land feet first, and your weight is behind your feet, what you're going to do is you're going to slip. And as you saw in that bell, that's exactly what I did. I jumped for it, my feet were in front of me, but my weight was behind me. So when my feet landed, my weight came in crashing right behind my feet, and it made me slip forward, and I slipped and fell. It happens all the time. So it's very important that you land on top of it. Now I'm going to show you a quick drill on what I mean by that and how you can work on doing that. Okay, so as you can see, I'm starting out very, very small. And that's important whenever you're starting to do any movement in parkour free running, is that you start as small as possible. You want to find obstacles that you can definitely do for sure, that you feel comfortable with, and then from there expand your horizons and get a little bit out of your comfort zone and play with it. But as you can see, I'm jumping, and as I'm landing, the majority of my weight is falling on top of the obstacle. And what I mean is the majority of my weight is on top of my feet as I land, almost like a rainbow effect. When most people slip, what they do is they jump and they either misjudge it or they fall short or whatever, and they reach out for the obstacle, in a desperate hope of saving themselves with their legs spread out as far as they can in front of them. And what that does is that brings your torso and the rest of your body behind your legs, and as your legs hit, your torso comes in from behind, causing you to slip, and it causes you to slip out, as opposed to if you use like more of a rainbow effect and you're jumping and your weight is falling on top of your feet, which is falling on top of the obstacle, you have a better chance of sticking it, and your grip can actually hold on to what you're jumping to. So it's very important that whenever you're starting to drill this, that you find something really small, but you want to focus on falling with the majority of your weight on top as opposed to falling behind. Okay, so as you can see, I give you a few examples of doing running precisions that are going downward. And as I said, you want your weight to land on top of the obstacle. You don't want your weight to go into it, because your weight goes into it, your foot slides, and you'll end up butt precisioning or, you know, slipping out, and that's really bad. And again, you know, these obstacles that I did it on, you know, they're super small. I could do them standing. I'm sure you guys could do it standing as well, but it's important that you start small. A lot of people see big tricks and big stuff, like, man, I want to do that, but they don't understand the time and preparation we take, and precautions that we take to make sure that it not only looks easy, but it's also safe as well. So start small. Please start small. In the long run, you'll be thankful. You'll be soon jumping to big precisions and big running prees after that, but you have to start as small as possible. Okay, now when you're doing even precisions and running precisions, when you're jumping up to something, now if it's not far, then you don't necessarily have to jump to the edge of it and roll up. What you want to do is you still want to land with your weight on top of the obstacle. Now if it's too far away where you can't quite make it with your body weight on top of the obstacle, the next safest thing to do is to land with your ball of the foot on the edge of it, and then it wants to roll up. So if this is the edge of the obstacle and this is your foot, you want the ball of your foot to hit it, and then you want it to roll up to the top to safely land. And it's something that's going to take a lot of practice, and it's going to take a lot of effort to get correctly. You know, you risk spraining your ankle, you risk doing all these other things, slipping out still and stuff like that. But that's what I was talking about when we talk about precisions. It's about precision, precise movement. There's a large margin of error and a very small margin of perfection. And what we do when we start super small is we drill these running precisions, and it might not seem big to other people, but we're building the capabilities of doing further ones, and we're building the confidence and the technique to do even bigger ones. So when we start doing, you know, huge running precisions and stuff like that, we not only do it, you know, precisely, but we do it safely, and we make it look easy. And so again, when you want to do, you know, running precisions up to something or running precisions evenly to something, and if you can't land on top of it and it's just quite too big, you can't make it, and you're trying to push your limits to see how far you can go, you want to hit the edge of it with the ball of your foot, and you want your toes to roll up neatly to the top and nicely to the top. And I'll show you a demonstration of me doing, you know, a running precision that's almost my max. It's not quite my max, but it's definitely there, and you'll see when I'm jumping to it that my foot hits the corner of it to slow down my momentum, and then my feet roll up on top. So I'll show you that right now. Okay, so as you can see, as I'm going for this running precision, the ball of my foot is making contact with the edge of the wall that I'm jumping to, and my foot is rolling on top of it for the stick. And it's very important that when you do this, because, you know, if you're jumping for something that's really far away and you can't possibly land on top of, you know, with your weight on top of it, the only way you're going to be able to slow down is if the edge of your foot is blocked by something. And if it's not, if you try to land on top of it while jumping for something really far away, you're going to slip out, like I said earlier, and you're going to fall. So it's almost the opposite of when you're doing downward precisions, you know. When you're going for something really far, you want to aim for the edge of it with the ball of your foot, and you want it to roll over to the top for the stick. Alright, so this is the end of that tutorial. That was a pretty big tutorial and explanation on how to do running precisions. Hopefully it was in depth and detailed. And today you can go out and try smaller ones and begin working on the technique and progressing and really getting down your running precision. So I hope you found this helpful. Now, if you want a video breakdown of what not to do, again, this is what you don't do. Okay, now if you want to learn to not do that, what I want you to do is I want you to click this link right here. Now what this link will take you to a page, and it'll prompt you to enter your email address. You enter your email, and I will email it to you as soon as you enter your address, and it'll send you to another link to a video, and I'll break it down step by step on why I bailed and how to avoid doing that. And it's also pretty funny to look at, so if you want to just enter your email just so you can look at it and laugh at me in slow motion, then, you know, that'd be super cool too. So again, like, comment, subscribe, share with other people. If you know someone that needs help with their running precision and you found this helpful, please share it with the world, share it with everybody. And I love to see your comments, and I love to it encourages me to keep making these videos, and, you know, the likes and stuff like that, it all just encouragement. It says to me, yeah, I'm really helping these people, and I need to keep doing it. So if you found it useful, please comment and tell me so. Also, tell me what you would like to see in the next video. Subscribe. I put it right here over my face. Subscribe to me. Please, that's the only way you're going to be able to see the video as soon as I upload it, or if not, then, you know, you got to run into it by chance. And if you don't want to do that, if you want to make sure that you're always updated with the latest tutorials, please subscribe to me. Again, train hard, train safe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace, love.